morning. Welcome to the Ultimate Racing League, BTCC League 4, Round 2, Race 1. I thought I'll cover the commentary for the rest of the season, just to help them out. Yeah, this is a league for new drivers to the Ultimate Racing League. A lot of different driver abilities in this league. This race was actually a 5-minute rerun because the actual the 15-minute race prior to this disconnected, so we couldn't. Well, lobby disconnected, so we couldn't save the replay. So we've had to do a 5-minute. I think it's like a 2-lap race or 3-lap race. But first of all, we'll go through the grid a moment. Let you know who's here and what car they're in. Brian Moncani, he's in the Napa Lexus in P1. Eiffel Gaming, myself in the Nissan Silvia P2. Neil there in the Corvette, all Group 4 category. Braga there in the Subaru. Viking Daddy, my teammate, teams of 2. Dizzy Rip in the Jag in P6. Boogie Woogie in the Renault Megane in P7. G Smurf in the other Lexus with his teammate up in P1. Angry Man in the Supra, the first of the Supras. His teammate Taz Tactic behind in P10. Asbo P11 and the other Renault Megane. Hoppers host the room alongside Brian Moncani, so appreciate that. Sniper Viper in the other Corvette in 13th. To the rear we got Mikey in the Jaguar as well. So let's get this off. 5-minute race, probably about 2 to 3 laps, something like that. Run down to the first chicane. We'll go for the corner names and that in the second race. There is 3 races, so off we go. Like normal, the Subaru gets a good getaway, but what happened there with Viking Daddy? Let's have a look at that. So Viking Daddy, let's have a look with him. Reverse. No, something happened there, whether it's a technical issue with his pedals, I'm not sure, but he's getting away now. So we'll go back again, start this race from where we left off. P1, Brian Moncani. P2, myself. P3, Neil. The Subaru, like normal, always gets a jump. Yeah, a bit of an odd one that with Viking Daddy, but yeah, the Subaru straight up to P1 at the start. Let's see who gets through here nice and cleanly. I think there was no comings together. G Smurf there. Oh, and a McCann overshot. He's cutting through the chicane. He's like, yeah, sod, go around the corners. I'm just going to go straight on, and that he does. Mikey there, a little bit into the sand, or gravel if you want to call it that. 0.5 second penny above his car. Tyres, racing medium's got to be run for at least 1 race out of the 3. It's up to you when you run it. Taz Tactic there looking to the inside of Sniper Viper. Does he get that move done? Angry Man as well, or a little bit of I think he hit that sausage curve by the looks of it, and that just spun the car around, so he's got to get it all together again. And yeah, let's see how he gets on. Asbo there trying to look to the inside. No, doesn't get that move done. We've got Hoppers off track. What's going on with Hoppers? What's the matter with you, mate? Bit of a coming together there with Sniper Viper, but it's around the first Lesmo. I think exiting the first Lesmo, he gets it a little bit wrong, a little bit wide maybe. Come on, camera, yeah, overshot it a little bit, but hey, mistakes happen in this league. That's why it's League 4. You can get promotion. I don't know if it's a top 2 or top 3. I'm not sure how it works. I'm new to this for sale. Brian Moncani, just behind Bragg there in P1 with Neil in the Corvette P3. What happened there? What happened with Bragg? It seemed to like let off the accelerator a little bit, or was it just he overshot? Oh yeah, a little bit into that gravel, slowed the car down, lost momentum. The 3 cars go on by. He's like, right, and Dizzy Rip's going to go on by as well. 0.5 second penalty for these 2. Yeah, so Braga, can he Can he just keep his cool and slowly get up there to where he was at P1? I'm to the inside. I didn't mean to. I broke very late heading into the Parabolica. I didn't mean to. I think I put Neil off a little bit, but I did apologise. I thought I was going to hit into him. Yeah, just a late dive to the inside. There's no contact there, so happy does it. Let's crack on. We're going to go up here a minute. So then, myself sitting behind Brian Moncarney, looking for that P number 1, but all the while back here, we got Mikey, we got Bragg there, we got Boogie Woogie, we got Taz, we got G Smurf, we got Angry Man, we got Viking Daddy, trying to make his way up from P11. Asbo, Sniper, Viper, and Hoppers, unfortunately, to the rear. Up the front we go. Brian Moncarney chasing down P1 with Neil. Drop it back a few tenths here and there in P3. But like I said, it's only 5 minutes, so it's like a sprint, flat out sprint. Everything goes to a certain extent. 0.5 second play of Dizzy Rip again. Might be the, oh yeah, no comment there from myself. Major yeah, it's a bit of a weird one this. Brian to me inside, I try and give him room. I clip the sausage, clip the gravel, and unfortunately he spins the rear end of the car out, and I'm into the barrier, kissing it, you know, making love to it. Not, but yeah, got it all to do, down to I think last place it was. So going to be back here battling with these guys. Let's see what we can do. Bring on the show for the URL. G Smurf, I don't know who their sponsors are, maybe they'll make me aware, but anyway, G Smurf there in the other Lexus, close it up a little bit to the rear of Taz there in P7, but Viking Daddy is, sorry, to myself actually, closing up to Angry Man, and yeah, G Smurf, maybe this straight, there is Angry Man, and we've got 0.5 again for Dizzy Rip. He's not happy around Monza this evening, like the track limits and that. Not a lot of people know the track limits and where they are, but you know, race after race you'll pick it up. Angry Man to the inside. I'm round the outside of Angry Man, so we're too wide, with G Smurf just ahead of us in P7. Fast lap Mikey 1:57.971. So there's a battle on here. Taz tasked it there. Behind Boogie Woogie. Will Boogie Woogie defend down to the first chicane? I think Boogie Woogie will. Side by side now, who will break the latest? Boogie Woogie does actually. When he stick it round the outside, he does indeed. Very nice racing there from these two. Respect given on track. Little kiss there. Have that, mate. And yeah, G Smurf, Angry Man, Dizzy Rip now closing up to Angry Man, Viking Daddy in 11th on his own, Asbo as well, Sniper, Viper and Hopper. So it's for the lead of the race. We got Brian, we got Neil, we got Mikey, the top three. Bragg says a second pennies, that's going to affect him, so he's out of contention for even the podium, but the top three are fighting it out now for the victory of this race. Mikey, can he stick with Neil heading down his back straight? Will Neil's looking for that move, a little bit of kiss to the bumper, that's going to affect him, that's going to slow him up a little bit, but all the while Mikey there's got the momentum to yeah, pull to the outside line, and he has got the better line in. Let's have a look at this now. Purple set, what's going on here? Don't know why the camera flipped like that. So Mikey P2, can he get P1? Can he get the win of this race? It's for these three at the minute. We're gonna stick to this, and yeah, I think Brian may be on to the win of this race. Bragg there, he's got that second penalty. Dizzy Rip up to 5th. Angry Man, let's go back here. It's gonna be a close finish, maybe not, because Brian Moncarney takes the win of the rerun of race 1. Round 2 around Monza. Well done, Brian. Good win, mate. Mikey there, P2. Neil, P3. Bragg, P4. Dizzy Rip, P5. Angry Man, P6. Taz, P7. Myself, P8. Viking Daddy, P9. Boogie Woogie, 10th. Asbo, 11th. Sniper Viper, 12th. G G Smith 13th. Hoppers now coming around after that bit of a moment for him. Went a bit too deep into the first Lesmo and yeah, into the gravel. But yeah, he stuck with it in his BMW there. His BMW M4. He's crossing the line now. And yeah, well done chaps, good racing. Well done Brian. Well done top three. Idle Gaming, out of here. Welcome back, Ultimate Racing League, BTCC, League 4, round 2, race 2. This time out is a reverse grid, so that the fastest to the rear, the slowest at the front. And again, this time around, it's up to the fellas if they want to use the racing medium. Remember, it's mandatory to run the racing medium. I'm not sure of the actual room settings, like the tyre wear and the fuel depletion. But I'll have that for next time out around Spa. But yeah, this is the reverse grid. As I said, slowest to the front and the fastest to the rear. So for the grid, for a second time out around Monza, is Hoppers. What can he do this time out? Can he go for that podium in his BMW M4? G Smurf this time out in P2 in his Lexus. Sniper Viper in his Corvette in 3, Asbo P4, Boogie Woogie P5 in the Megane alongside his teammate, Viking Daddy in 6th. Hopefully his start will be all right this time out. Bit of a weird one at the beginning of race 1. Myself P7, Taz in P8, Angry Man P9, Dizzy Rip P10, Bragg there, he's in P11th. Neil P12, Mikey 13th, and the winner last time out, Brian Moncarney in 14th. This time out it is a 15-minute race. Don't have to pit, there's no pit stop, just run that mandatory tyre. There is safety cars as well. If there's a collision, I think it's 2 or more cars, and a safety car can be called, and then you slow down to around about 60. And then, yeah, they tell you when to go. It could be the start-finish line. It could be the next available straight. I don't think there was a safety car around this track that evening. But anyway, let's crack on with it. Hoppers, he's going to be the first one leading us down to the first chicane. Race 3, I will go through a bit of a track guide with a car, corner names and that. So, Sniper Viper, G Smurf, Boogie Woogie looking instantly, Asbo as well to the outside of his teammate Viking Daddy. A little bit of contact there, and then we got back here DC Rip a little bit late on the brakes. A little bit of a racing incident there, nothing intentional. He's waiting, just waiting for Angry Man just to get his momentum back, and yeah, they'll kick off again like nothing's even happened. So they're up front, Hoppers there. You probably wonder why his car shakes a little bit. He's on the pad. Yeah, it is quite difficult on the pad if you're not used to it. So Viking Daddy looking to the inside of both of them, and very nice move there from Viking Daddy. So he gets 2 for the price of 1. Back here again, it's that sausage curve through that second chicane. And yeah, one of the McGanns, I'm not quite sure, I think it's Asbo, got stuck on the sausage curve and sort of like spun the rear end of the car. And Angry Man, has he done a similar thing going through the chicane? Does he hit that sausage? No. What happened here? Or too much throttle on exit, and unfortunately spun the rear end out, so he's got it all to do. But we've got 15 minutes. 15 minutes around Monza. Quite long, but a lot of the guys are flat out constantly. Boogie Woogie battling away with Hoppers there, and myself joining the action as well. And we've got Taz there under pressure from Dizzy Rip. Dizzy Rip, does he get that move? Does Taz defend? Hoppers there. Oh, Hoppers don't know. Hoppers had nowhere to go, so it's quite difficult for him there. He's normally doing commentary, but fair play to him, he's racing, and he does enjoy it. He had nowhere to go, so he panicked a little bit, and yeah, anything can happen. Any of the guys could go off track at any time. Bragg there slowing up and on entry to the Parabolica, and Asbo chasing Hoppers there, P12th. Back here we've got Angry Man and we've got Mikey battling out for 13th, 14th place. And yeah, is Mikey gonna go to the inside of Angry Man, or will Angry Man defend? As you can see, racing medium for Mikey, Angry Man racing medium, Hopper's racing medium, Asbo racing medium, Bragg there, he's on racing soft, so he might run the medium the last race. Neil there racing medium as well. Sniper Viper on the racing soft. Dizzy Rip P7, he's on the racing medium. Brian Moncarney racing soft. G Smurf racing soft. Taz there on the racing soft. Myself on the racing soft. Racing medium there for Boogie Woogie, and Biking Daddy, he's on the racing soft as well. So then, lap number 2, 3 minutes in around Monza. An old track. A lot of people know it because of F1 and the likes of that racing. Taz into the barrier a little bit, but behind we've got Brian Moncarney putting his teammate along G Smurf. So Brian Moncarney there in that Lexus, but yeah, G Smurf has got the attention of Dizzy Rip behind, but he's got a 0.5 second penny, so a bit of breathing space there for G Smurf. And yeah, Brian Moncarney is putting a little bit of a gap here and there from, but look at these ahead. We've got Boogie Woogie and Taz banning out side by side, and Brian Moncarney has took advantage of that. So Boogie Woogie down to 5th when he was banning away with Taz. G Smurf to the outside of Boogie Woogie. Boogie Woogie there, and who's got that penalty? Dizzy Rip again with a penalty. Picked them up in the first race, picked them up in the second, and it's hampering him at the minute. So yeah, bit of mumble of words there, sorry, it's still early. And getting us out there now. Bragg there in the Subaru on the races soft. Dizzy Rip, Asbo. Yes, it's gapped it already to the rear. Hopefully tyres start to wear and things start happening, you know. I mean, the top two, the two Silvias there, people say, oh, the car is OP. The car is OP, but as long as you get the gearing right on that car, it can be phenomenal, to be honest with you. It is a good solid car. We're doing all right at the minute. A lot of the guys are, you know, a lot of, like I said before, there's different levels of racing in this league. It's flashlight lights there from Brian. It's mixed. It's the people that have done the previous season and haven't progressed to League 3 and they stayed in League 4. It's the newcomers. You could be an A+ driver, back to the likes of, you know, Super GT and stuff like that. No matter what, you still get put in League 4. You know, there's no favouritism, nothing like that. You're put in League 4 for a reason. It's up to you to make your way up to P3, sorry, League 3, League 2, League 1, so on. It's not just like that, or because you're Super GT or because we know you, raced with you for years, you could go to League 1. Nah. Starting ground for a reason. Anyway, Dizzy Rip, P10. Hopefully he can stay penalty free. Asbo there, P9. It's had quite a quiet race so far, but I know we're only 5 minutes in. There's action packed on race number 1, but Dizzy Rip there, I hope he can stay penalty free. Sniper Viper in the Corvette, P11, Hoppers P12. Angry Man and Mikey still battling out for 13-14. Biking Daddy, P1. There's no point in us two battling really with teammates. We're trying to help each other out. That's what you do as you're part of a team, you know. Help each other out if you can. I mean, if that car's leading, but you could say if that car's leading, let them stay in the lead. But if you're quicker than your teammate, is it right for your teammate just to let you go on through? I think so. But Viking Daddy, after race 1 and he went into race 2, completely different racer, flat out on it. Brian Moncarney now has gap, but he's falling back now from me and Viking Daddy. G Smurf there, P4, so behind his teammates. So the two Lexuses, 3rd and 4th at the minute. Neil P5 in the Corvette, in P5. Taz there, having a good race this time out in P6, drifting that car out the chicane. And Bragg there, he's but Neil's looking to the inside, is he? Oh, G Smurf, does he get that move done? No, he does not. I think G Smith's got a 0.5 second penalty, so if Neil can just wait half a lap or less than that. I can't remember where the penalty line is. I think it's a back straight, isn't it? As you head down towards Parabolica. Yeah, if he just waits there's no point in passing. He might just wait till he burns off that penalty. It's automatic, the penalty burning off. In GT Sport, you used to have to slow down and get rid of it. Now it's instant. You hit them yellow markers on either side of the track and it just gets rid of it for you. Who was that? G Smith, what happened to you, my friend? So G Smith now head in here. What happened to G Smith? Too much curb? A little bit too much curb on the inside. It doesn't take a lot and it spun the rear of the car out. But anyway, he's spinning around in a gravel saying, look at me, you know, I'd rather spin around and race on track. But yeah, he's doing well. He's doing well. See what I mean? It takes a little thing just to ruin your race. As opposed to slowing up, I think it is more the curb, to be honest with you. But safety car, are we under safety car? No, we're not under safety. It looked like we're under safety car then, because they seemed to slow up. Bit of confusion to what happened then. There's no coming to go with G Smith, so I'm unsure why some of the cars slowed up. Whether they thought they'd done something wrong, but anyway, good racing there. Viking Daddy still in the lead, P1. Brian Moncarney, he's not closed up and he's falling back. Neil has fallen back. He's on the racing medium, remember. Brian Moncarney is on the racing soft, so yeah, you're looking at about a second and a half difference, or a second, depending, you know, how you are as a racer. It could be more, it could be 2 seconds, but even what happened here? Viking Daddy from the lead of the race. Was it them sausage curbs again? It was indeed too much curb, and unfortunately that spun the car out. Hopefully he won't lose too much. He's going to lose, well, he's only lost 2 places so far. Can he keep that third? Probably steaming that helmet now. God damn it. Yeah, it's easy done. There are sausage curbs around there. Bragg there. He's chasing down Neil. Quite a half-second gap, I would say. But Taz still having a good race in that P6. He's got a second penny above his car. That will hamper him, unfortunately. That might put him into the hands of Boogie Woogie, and Boogie Woogie's probably thinking, yes, I got you, mate. But then again, Taz might be okay. Let's wait and see. So Boogie Woogie's there. Taz is there, slowed up. Boogie Woogie is closing. Nah, he's. I thought it was a little bit closer than that, but no. That second penny hasn't hampered Taz. Right then. 10 minutes in, 5 minutes ago. Time flies, so we're having fun. DC Rim 0.5 second penalty. G Smurf there was P4, now P10. Hopper's P11. Sniper Viper. Can he close up to the rear of Hopper's there? Sniper Viper 12, Hopper's 11. Angry Man 13th. He's got Mikey now in that other Jaguar. So Mikey 14th to the rear at the minute. 157.554 fast lap race at the minute. Brian Moncarney 157.958, 0.5 second penny above his car. Here we go. Viking Daddy, Bragg, Neil battling it out now for this final podium spot. Can Viking Daddy go down the inside, or will Neil defend? Neil does defend. Will Bragg come on through? No, Bragg isn't through at the minute. Can Bragg get Viking Daddy to the inside? The first Lesmo. Let's wait and see. No, he does not. What about the second? Because Neil's brought a bit of a gap already. But Viking Daddy with the top end of that Sylvia will close up to the back of Neil. And can he retake that third position? Right, so Bragg there. He's sitting behind Viking Daddy, picking out a slipstream as well. No one behind him, so his main focus now is these two. Will he look to the inside there of Viking Daddy? You could just see the Sylvia there pulling away a little bit as it reaches that top end. he'll pull away in this back straight as well. Neil there looked like he was at a bit of a moment, but he's kept it together. And as you see, the Silvia is pulling away. The aero on that car is ridiculous, to be honest with you. And yeah, heavy braking to Parabolica. No, Brad can't close up, but Viking, but he's took that tighter line in. He gained a bit there, and that's a nice line there, I would say. Tight in, fast out, you know. You could almost say slow in, fast out. So he took that tighter line, better momentum as he exited Parabolica, you know. But again, he can't close up to the rear of Viking Daddy. No, he hasn't got that move done in a minute. So back here, let's see what's going on. Taz in sixth still. Quiet race for him now. Boogie Woogie is there, but he ain't focusing on that. I think he just wants to close up to P5, but P5 is quite a way up the road now. Boogie Woogie P7. Can Boogie Woogie get that? Another second penny. Now this time out, Boogie Woogie is closer to the rear of Taz. So yeah, interesting that one. Dizzy Rip, P8, G Smurf, P9, Asbo, our second penalty. Asbo takes that position on exit of the first chicane, 0.5. G Smurf will probably get him on the run down to the first chicane. Let's wait and see. Yeah, top end Alex is pretty good as well, and he does indeed. He retakes that. Does he? No, he does not. I thought he did, but he will do 0.5. That's going to enable G Smurf to go back up to that P9. Yeah, around the outside maybe. No. Not yet. So he's going to get done anyway. Angry Man P11th. Quiet race for him. Hoppers as well. Quiet race. But I say that. Mikey's behind Hoppers. Batting out for 12th and 13th. And then Sniper Viper. 14th position. How far we go? Head on to the final lap in a minute. 157.554. Still a bad slap. Brian Moncarney P2. Neil P3. Still well to racing medium, you know, slower tyres in that podium spot. Viking Daddy can knit that podium spot. We'll brag there. Will he close up to Viking Daddy and take two for the price of one? Boogie Woogie, let's look at this. Viking Daddy is under braking maybe. He's close up under braking. Oh! Unlucky there. Unlucky. You sort of sense what he was going to do, but it's just a braking, you know. A bit too late for the brake and overshot him into the chicane, and if he would have held that off, that would have been some overtake, but unfortunately he didn't, and that enables Bragg there to go up to P4. Taz there, a little bit of a movement into the chicane as well, broke a little bit late, so overshot, and yeah, and that's enabled Boogie Woogie to go up to that 6th place, you know. Tastic, bloody wake up, Darren. Dizzy Rip. P8, Asway P9, Angerman P10, Sniper Viper P11, Hoppers, Mikey and G Smurf at the front we go. Yeah, final lap now. Back here, Bragg there, he has closed up. He has closed up to the rear of Neil. Can he get that 3rd place maybe? I reckon he can. With the perfect entry and exit. Slowed up a bit then. Maybe a bit too much for him to do. He might be able to. No, he can't. No. Unless Neil does an error, maybe. Yeah, but apart from that, I don't think he will. So, myself, Idlefork Gaming, winner of race 2, and Brian P2, Neil P3, Bragg P4. Great racing, chaps. Viking P5. Boogie Woogie coming over now to finish P6. Taz there, Tactic. P7. Dizzy Rip in the Jag. Try and stay penalty free for the 3rd race, and I'm sure you'll have a pretty good racer. So in the Jag there, Dizzy Rip P8. Bristol Street Motors, my hometown, Bristol. Asbo, P9, Angry Man in the Supra P10. Sniper Viper, P11. Hoppers, Sniper Viper P11. Hoppers P12. G-Smurf 13, Mikey 14. Check out race 3 in a moment. I'm out of here. Alright, back again. Your Ultimate Racing League BTCC League 4 Round 2 Race 3. This time out, the grid stays how it was at the end of race 2. So fastest first, and so on and so on. We've been through the grid. What we would do now is just get this race underway, but this time out, in this race, I'm going to do an onboard lap, pick a random car just to do an onboard lap, one lap, just give you a bit of an idea of the track itself and how each driver does take this track. And you know, everyone does it different, as I say, so I do onboard cameras with different cars throughout the race, but the main focus will be on one car for a lap. And let's get this underway. Ultimate Racing League BTCC League 4 Round 2 Race 3. I will do the other rounds when I'm back next week. Anyway, let's get this underway. Idlefoot Gaming, Brian McCartney, Neil, Bragg, Viking Daddy, Boogie Woogie, Taz, Dizzy Rip, Asbo, Angry Man, Sniper Viper, Hoppers, G-Smurf, Mikey in 14th place. 15-minute again. Remember, who hasn't run that racing medium has got to run it, and I run it. Brian Moncarney runs it. Neil on the race itself, looking to take advantage. Bragg on the racing medium as well. So back here, are we going to have a better start? Everything nice and clean as we. Oh, I say that, and the McGann, Boogie Woogie, a bit of a sandwich there, so nowhere for him to go. But yeah, it's only a few seconds in, nothing to worry about. Apart from that, everyone's through. Everyone's through. Fair play, chaps, fair play. So, the guys on the racing medium for the final race, normally in the BTCC, it all normally kicks off in the final race of the evening. Is it going to happen this time out? Brian Moncarney look around the outside there of Neil, but Neil on the racing soft. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this. So, bit deep there for Brian. Clips that sausage. Well, one more time. To be honest, by him clipping that sausage, I think the rear of the car was unsteady, and I think Bragg couldn't do much about that. So, I would say racing incident for that. So, bit deep, clips that sausage. Yeah, rear end going. So yeah, nowhere for Brad to go. You know, Brian was spinning out anyway, so unfortunately that's a racing incident. They can have it looked at, they deem necessary. Bragg there off as well. Probably a little bit of frustration there from Bragg. But as I said previously, he's got damage that should repair itself. You have like a little mechanic running alongside the car, like, yeah, I'll fix that for you. I'm invisible, you can't see me. And yeah, no, that'll clear itself in a few seconds. G-Smurf, yeah, P11, Hoppers P12, Brian P13, Viking Daddy P14. What happened to Viking Daddy? Ah, chicane. The chicane, the P8. Did he overshoot? Sausage again, isn't it? Yeah, sausage scope again. Yeah. Right then, sausage scope again. Sausage is destroying people's races around Monza, you know. So, Neil, this time out, we got Dizzy Rip, we got Boogie Woogie, we got Mikey, B3 and 4 and 5. Let's see what these guys have got. Mikey there to the inside of Boogie Woogie. Boogie Woogie. Yeah, the Jazz got a better top end than the McGann, so it will come out on top. So then, Sorry about that, I had a message come up on the phone, so it sort of distracted me. On the racing medium, we're going to do it around about the midpoint of the race, the onboard lap. We've got the two drags together. Let's see this, Bristol Street Motors, Mikey and Dizzy Rip, Boogie Woogie P5. Yeah, I don't know if they're on the pad as well, but they're over 3 races, you know, brilliant racing. You know, stick with it, never give up. That's what it's all about. You can always learn from the faster guys as well. Watch what they do, and then you can pick up on it. And yeah, we've got yellow flags. What's going on here? Yellow flags, yellow flags. I don't know why there's yellow flags. I'm unsure why there's yellow flags. I can't see no one spun on. We've got a right gaggle going on here. We've got Brian Montgomery, and we got Bragg, and we got G Smurf, and we've got Taz there closing up as well. Bike and Daddy out of that error trying to close up as well. But back here, was that a car off track then? What's going on here? G Smurf. Oh, what happened to G Smurf? Oh yeah, he that Astro in the rear end started to kick out, and again, you know, racing incident, just frustration gets you as well. You know, after you've done so well in the race and you do one little error, it just costs you massively, especially around Monza. There's a lot of straights, a lot of slipstream, and it's a lot to do when you're to the rear. I mean, now the gap to him and Hoppers is massive. You know, it's like 13, 14. It's like a huge gap. You know. So yeah, unfortunately now G Smurf has got it all to do. Hopper's P13 in the BMW M4, Viking Daddy in the Nissan Silvia after having that error. Bragg P11. And then we've got Taz P10, but up here we've got side by side between, well, it was side by side, Brian Montgomery up to 8th now, Sniper Viper in 9th, Asbo P6th, Angry Man, he's in P7, you know. I think he said something about his wheels not working right, and it's frustrating him. And yeah, so Mikey P5, Boogie Woogie P4, Dizzy Rip P3. Because a lot of the guys now have opted for the slower tyre for the final race, and some have opted for the fast. Gaps are already appearing 5 minutes in, and the previous race this didn't happen because a lot stayed on the faster tyre. So Boogie Woogie 4th on the races, sort of Nils on the sorry about the coughing, got a bit of a cough today, it's annoying, so I keep drinking. So Neil on the races, so I think personally he's waiting for these to warm up. He's waiting for these to warm up. I do apologise for the coughing. It's doing my nutting. Seriously is. Dizzy Rip. I think he's waiting for these to warm up, or wait for, I don't know. He was waiting for something to happen, and I don't recall doing no errors, but anyway. Dizzy Rip P3 on his own. We've got these two battling out. We've got Boogie Woogie and Mikey P4. Commentary used to be flat out for me. I haven't done it a lot in ages, so I do apologise for the rustiness, but next time out I'll make sure it's better. If you like it, like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, I'll do the other races when I'm back from being away, which will be next week. Angry Man P6, Asmo P7, P8, Brian Moncani, Bragg there with Viking Daddy behind, Viking Daddy in that Nissan Silvia trying to get past that Subaru in P9, or the rear end's a bit slidey there on exit. Right then, what we're going to do is, there may be a few battles going on, but to be honest with you, I I want to do an onboard lap. And I think I want to do it, I'm gonna do it with G Smurf. So when G Smurf gets round to the final corner, I'll do this each round on the final race. So I'll give like G Smurf today, say Hopper's at Spa, and so on and so on, you know. So when G Smurf gets around, we'll jump on board, just give you a bit of an onboard vision of what it's like around Monza, the corner names as well. Some probably be in Italian, probably chatting complete nonsense, and he's into the barrier unfortunately. But anyway, I'm still going to do it. So Neil's closing up now to me. Mikey and Dizzy Rip are just helping each other along now. So teamwork is vital in a race like this. So, Dizzy Rip, Mikey, working nicely together. Teammates, and they're helping each other. That's what you want. Boogie Wiggy P5. Angry Man P6. Brian Moncani P7 with Asbe behind him in that P8. Bragg in P9. Battling away with Viking Daddy in P10. And he's on a racing medium, so the slower tyre compared to... Oh, Bragg's on a racing medium as well, so... almost identical. So then, I think G Smurf is coming down. So, we're going to go like this with G Smurf. So, sort of an onboard view as we're the passenger, you know. So, we head down to the Variante, the first chicane. How you take this and where you brakes, your call. He brakes just after the 100. So it goes to perfect entry and exit there. So he exits the Variante chicane along this sweeping right-hander. And we head on to the second Variante, which is this chicane here. A little bit deep there, but got off that throttle. Exit the second Variante, and then we go into the first Lesmo. Nice there from G Smurf. Second Variante. Exit that. And we drop down. And we go back up an incline. It's under the bridge. To this Scary chicane, famous chicane. He goes down to third, very nice there. Bit deep on the exit there, but clips out very nice there through there, and we head down the back straight to the Curva Parabolica. Nice lap, to be honest with you. He's had a few errors during this race, but yeah, nice onboard lap there from G Smurf, who's currently running P14 in the Lexus. He's heading to the finish line now. You can see Hopper's just up the road in P13. 13 there from Hopper, so it gives you a bit of perspective, different views inside the car, you know, different interior, and some of them are sitting back, some of them are sitting forward. Sniper Viper in the Corvette interior there. Some are very basic, some are up to date. Like the Supra is very up to date. Nice sounding car as well, 0.5 second penalty. Some are left, some are right hand drive. Bragg there. Very advanced, the interior in this car. All his buttons and that, you know. They're just there for show really. So he's batting in there with Viking Daddy in P9. Viking Daddy in the right hand as well, in the Silvia. Very minimal, very basic interior in this car. Asbo, Renault McCann. You're almost sitting central in this car, you know, a bit like the McLaren F1, the F1 road car, race car, whatever you call it. So yeah, almost central view. Brian Moncani in the Lexus, the office workers car in that P7, in the Lexus. Angry Man in the other Supra P6, heading down to the first chicane. Boogie Woogie in the other Renault. It's like a central view, isn't it? Yeah, it's Dizzy Rip in the Jaguar, all I did are. Yeah, in the Jag. Very posh. Mikey P3 in the other Jaguar. Oh, into the gravel a little bit, he does indeed. Myself P2 after being overtaken by Neil. He's on the racing soft, I'm on medium. In the Sylvia. So yeah, I've got my fat head in that helmet, you know. Yeah. P2, Neil leading the race. P1. Can't really see him, he's hiding it. I mean, don't want no one to see him. He just wants to concentrate on the race for a minute. So then, that's a bit of an onboard view. And a lap with a car as well. P1 and 2 close together. Mikey P3 gapped his teammate now, Dizzy Rip in P4. Boogie Woogie P5 burning off that penalty. Brian Moncani P6, Angry Man P7 with Angry Man's actually closing up to the rear of Brian Moncani. Medium soft. Yeah, what can you do? 159 723, and the fast lap is a 156 879 by Mikey. So Mikey gets fastest lap at this race for the time being. Viking Daddy and Bragg battling it out at 8th and 9th, and Asbo's got that 0.5 second penny above his car. Sniper Viper P11, Taz P12, G Smurf P13. Think some of them may finish in a moment. Hoppers P14. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the commentary. It's a bit slurry in places, but I do apologise. It's still early. Still trying to wake up. But it will improve. Like I said, I'm rusty. I used to do it all the time, but I just do it every now and again. And yeah, check out Spa, which will be probably same time next week, and so on and so on. Boogie Woogie, and yeah, great set of lads in here. Good racing, respectful racing as well. And yeah, it's a pleasure to race with them and do the commentary for them. You know, thanks to the admins as well, Ultimate Racing League, for allowing me to do it. Hopper's first one to finish at P14. Well done, my man. Stick to it. Yeah, hosting plus racing. You're always worried about your connection and that, so you think about multiple things and sorting things and doing the settings. But yeah, fair play to him. He Neil coming around now to be the winner of race 3 of round 2, Monza. League 4, League 3. Well done, Neil. P1, myself P2, Mikey coming around now, P3, great race for Mikey there. Fast lap as well. Dizzy Rip P4, great race for Dizzy Rip. Picked up 1 penalty, apart from that he stayed clean. Boogie Woogie in the Renault, great drive from the Renault. Not a great top end, but phenomenal through corners. Brian Moncani P6, well done Brian. Angry Man P7, went on Angry Man. Viking Daddy up to P8. At that moment early on, at start the race, but yeah, P8. P9 Bragg there, well done Bragg. Asbo P10. Taz P11. Coming down now. Quite a way behind, but you know, got to start somewhere. Sniper's there. G-Smurf 13. So yeah, Taz coming around now. And P11, well done. Sniper P12. G Smurf P13. I'm Idleful Gaming. I'm out of here. Take it easy, chaps. See you later.